I think the hay fever is finally catching up with me. So if my eyes look hella red, that is why, because I've been rubbing them like this morning. So not only have I decided to do a dopamine detox for 7 days, I've also decided to do a caffeine detox as well. So firstly, let's start with the caffeine. I haven't had a period of time off caffeine since I started drinking it, really. And I think I first started drinking it, me, that's a good question. It must have been when I was about 19, 20. I didn't really like the taste of coffee initially, but it's like beer or wine. With age, you just start to enjoy it more. So yeah, probably from that age, I've been drinking it and haven't stopped. But a lot of people go on about the benefits of having a period of time off caffeine. And initially, apparently you feel like shit, but then after that, you actually feel more energetic not having caffeine in your system. So we'll see, and that's what this video is going to be about, documenting not just that, but also the dopamine detox. Now, the idea behind this is you have a 7-day period where you're basically getting rid of those small hits of dopamine that you get from watching YouTube, watching TV, even listening to like self-help podcasts, again, YouTube videos. Obviously, one that a lot of guys get their dopamine hits from is porn and masturbating. To be honest, I rarely ever watch porn because it's just not good for your brain, is it? So that one's not going to be a problem for me. But the rules are as follows: 10 minutes of meditation per day, no YouTube, no porn or masturbating, and only an hour of screen time per day. Now, I'm sure a lot of you that are watching this are sometimes guilty of just pointlessly scrolling on your phone, watching shite videos on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is. We've all been there. And often you catch yourself doing it after about half an hour and you're like, what the fuck have I just been doing for the past half an hour? So the idea of this detox period is just completely eliminating all of those quick hits of dopamine for 7 days, and it apparently resets your brain's dopamine. So then when you slowly start to reintroduce those things, you have a greater dopamine response. And you feel like you get hits of dopamine through the smaller things day to day, like going out for a walk, letting the sun hit your face, and you find yourself wanting to spend less time searching for those smaller hits of dopamine that you get from, for instance, browsing social media or bashing one out. So I'm going to document the journey. Today's Sunday. I'm starting this tomorrow. I've made a group chat on Instagram with some other people that were interested in doing it after voting on a poll on my Instagram story. So yeah, I'll just update you as the days go on. When I feel like I want to do an update, I will talk to the camera. And yeah, looking forward to this. First few days I'm sure is going to be probably the hardest, but after that it should be plain sailing. Caffeine on the other hand, that's going to be a struggle. But we'll see, we will see. So stay tuned and comment down below if you've ever done a dopamine detox before or a caffeine detox. Let me know the benefits that you noticed and if you'd recommend it to other people. See you in a bit. So we're on day 2. Let's talk about yesterday because it was interesting. So the dopamine detox side of things wasn't too difficult. It was the caffeine part that was a bit of a struggle because I just couldn't feel like I could wake up properly, and I still feel like that today. Like, you can probably just tell by my voice and my demeanor I'm a little bit tired. Well, seem tired. Yesterday it got to about 2 o'clock and I was sitting on my laptop and my eyes was just closing, and I never have naps, rarely, like probably in the year I'd say like 3 or 4 naps, and I just had to have a nap. I was fucked. So I was about to go and train, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna have a quick 45-minute hour power nap. And to be honest, I don't even think I slept, but I attempted to have a nap. With the dopamine detox side of things, obviously I do 15 minutes of cardio every morning, and usually I'd watch a YouTube video or something on Netflix on my phone and it would go by quite quickly, but I wasn't doing that. And I'm also not listening to any music, no podcast during this time as well. So nothing in my ears, it was just the music that was playing out in the gym, and that was it. And that was a bit odd because you're in your own thoughts a lot, like, which isn't a bad thing, you know. It was a time that I could just think about ideas for business, my clients, my own training, myself, just what's going on in my life. And it makes you be very sort of present in the moment, which is quite nice. And I found that it was forcing me to have conversations with the people around me, whereas before, just plug my headphones in, listen to a podcast, listen to music, watch a video or something. But, you know, if somebody came into the gym and somebody was walking around the gym, I was, you know, talking to them, going up to them, having a chat. I have chats with people anyway, but, you know, when I'm doing my cardio and stretching and stuff, I just tend to plug my headphones in and just crack on and block people out almost. But it was quite nice to just be present and have conversations with people, which is how it should be, really. And that's just kind of like modern society nowadays, isn't it? Like when you're sitting in a hairdresser's or on the train or something, we all just bury our faces in our phones, mainly out of boredom and mainly out of because we don't want to talk to the people around us or engage in a conversation for whatever reason. But when you actually do engage in conversation, you get a lot out of it sometimes. I think often we're scared to engage in conversations with people we don't necessarily know because you don't know how that conversation is going to turn out or what that person is like. It's like the fear of the unknown. But you don't know. What if that person could, you know, change your perception of something or give you some advice that changes your life? You just never know. So yeah, the dopamine detox side of things is going well. I'm enjoying spending time away from my phone. The no porn or masturbating thing is easy for me. I rarely do that anyway. No YouTube, bit of a struggle. To be honest, I watched a educational YouTube video that was sent over by my mentor. So that was the only YouTube clip I watched, but it's part of education, it's part of business sort of thing. But yeah, hour of screen time, that was okay. Just literally kept it to essential things only. Feeling a bit of tiredness at the moment, to be honest. Maybe another nap is due. People say that the first 2 to 3 days are like this, and then after that, it's plain sailing. So get past these couple of days, and then I'll be good. But yeah, it's a little update, and I will update you again when I feel like I need to. I'm just gonna have a nap now. Peace. Day 3 of the detox. I've got my decaffeinated coffee. To be fair, it's starting to get to that point now where the no caffeine isn't affecting me as much. I'm not waking up feeling like absolute shite for the first 3 hours of the day. I feel pretty normal, I feel good. So I think I'm starting to get to that stage where I'm getting towards the good part of being caffeine free. We'll see, because usually I crash around 1 to 2 p.m. So we'll see if that happens again today. The migraines aren't affecting me. Well, to be fair, if I shake my head like that, I can feel it. I just probably shouldn't shake my head then, should I? When I was training the other day, obviously you're holding your breath, so there's a bit more, I guess, internal pressure on your brain, if that's a thing. And yeah, the headache was a little bit aggravated, let's say, from training. So we'll see. I've got pushed later on today. Other than that, dopamine detox going well. I'm naturally having to spend a little bit more than an hour on Instagram, but I'm not just pointlessly scrolling. I'm actually working. Like, I'm only going on my phone to do work. And a big part of my job is outreach, which means, you know, reaching out to people, messaging them, seeing if I can help in any way. And yeah, obviously I can't do that when I'm limited to an hour of screen time per day, but I'm just making sure that when I do go on Instagram, it's for work purposes only, and any social media in that case. Work purposes only, not pointlessly scrolling, especially on TikTok, staying well away from that. Only going on that to literally post. And then YouTube, managed to not watch any of that, only educational stuff, which I said before, from my mentor and a couple of other educational videos. But it's not like watching YouTube like how I normally would, like doing cardio in the morning. I'd usually whack a YouTube video or a Netflix series on. Now I'm not doing that, and it's cool because it gives you time to think, like I said. So yeah, day 3 update, going well, staying strong. Definitely stayed away from porn and masturbating. 10 minutes of meditation per day is going pretty well. Tried meditating in the past and I stopped just because I didn't feel like I was getting full benefits from it. Maybe I wasn't doing it properly, but starting it back up this time is good. Again, it just gives you a lot of time to think, which is not a bad thing at all. Maybe if I'm noticing a lot of benefits from meditation, it might be something that I keep into my routine, but I tend to just do it kind of around bedtime. So I have my bedtime routine. I'll do 10 minutes of meditation, then go to bed. It's just a struggle trying not to fall asleep whilst meditating. So yeah, update on day 3. Stay tuned for the rest of the update. So, the final update. I've left this a little bit long. I'm not too sure why. Maybe because I failed. I mean, if you're following the proper rules of the actual challenge, let's call it, I failed because I ended up watching YouTube at the weekend. I won't lie. However, I was in a position where it came to the weekend. I wanted a bit of downtime. I was gonna go and watch Netflix anyway. So I was like, I wanna just watch some UFC bits. So instead of me watching Netflix, which is basically the same thing, I ended up watching YouTube. However, I got the main premises of the challenge. I did it, you know. Up until that time, or that point, I hadn't watched YouTube at all. Like even doing cardio in the morning, 15 minutes from Monday to Friday, no YouTube, no music, just in my own thoughts. Same with driving to the gym where I'd usually watch YouTube. Same with sitting down, eating my food. I'd always whack a YouTube video on. And I didn't. I just sat at the table, ate in my own thoughts, or did work whilst I ate, because I struggle to eat and not do anything. Like you're just kind of eating and you're just looking off into space. That's why I just like, you know, breaking up my work blocks, if you want to call it that, with eating, because it gives me time to just kind of like prepare the meal, sit down, watch a bit of a YouTube clip, have a bit of a break, and then we go again back with the work. But when I wasn't watching YouTube, it was almost like I'm eating straight back to work, which isn't a problem, but it was just a bit like odd not watching anything whilst I was eating, if you know what I mean. But the challenge in general, the dopamine side of things, was beneficial. I definitely got the benefits from it. I felt like I was more productive, more present. It was forcing me to do things like actually talk to people that were in the room rather than just burying my head in my phone, which is nice. You know, it gives me a lot of time to think about certain things, like on the way to the gym. I'm sure I've said this in the previous clip already, but it gives you a lot of time to think of new ideas, fresh ideas, whereas usually you'd be listening to a podcast, music, and it just obviously distracts you almost. So yeah, it was good from that front. Obviously no porn, no wanking, tick. What else? Meditation, I'm not gonna lie, I did miss 1 or 2 days just because it got to the end of the night. It was like 8:30. I usually tried to get to sleep like out by 9. I was like, fuck, I need to meditate. And you know, I just didn't because I needed to sleep. So if I am going to continue meditating, I need to do it at a different point in the day rather than leaving it right till the end of the night and then running out of time. But the times I did meditate, I definitely got the benefit from it. So whether it's something I'll include in my routine, I'm not too sure. I think because I've tried it in the past and I obviously tried it again now, I'll probably leave it, but I'll potentially bring it back in further down the line if I feel like I need it or want to do it for whatever reason. But yeah, again, it just gives you a lot of time in your own head to think. And nowadays, with everything that goes on in society, I feel like we don't get enough of that. So yeah. Positive. Screen time, so I exceeded the screen time rule only to do business and work. I wasn't doing additional screen time in order to scroll on TikTok or do online shopping or fucking go on Snapchat and message people. It was solely business. That is the only time I went on my phone. And to be honest, majority of the time I only go on my phone for work. Sometimes I do get caught like pointlessly browsing Instagram reels, TikToks, and that was reduced right down, which was good. So yeah, definitely got the benefits from that. And yeah, that's the dopamine side of things. With the caffeine side of things, this was a bit more of a struggle. I mean, the first 3 days were a struggle, as in I got around to like 1, 2 p.m. every day and would just hit a brick wall and would just fucking crash hard, like literally falling asleep at my laptop. So that was a struggle. But after that, it was kind of plain sailing, and it got progressively better as the week went on. And I also felt more energetic as the week went on. And usually what would happen with me is I feel good with caffeine up until like a certain point, get back from the gym, feel good. And then like come to around 5, 6, 7, I'd just also kind of crash, and well, not crash, but feel more tired. Whereas towards the back end of the caffeine break, I felt like I had sustained energy all the way through to the evening, which was very good. Now I'm in a position where I'm only drinking caffeine in occasions when I absolutely need it, because I do feel like it improved my sleep as well. And for me, that's a fucking winner, because I'm a big advocate of getting good sleep. So I'm literally only drinking caffeine now when I absolutely need it. Like if it's going to be a really intense workout, if I need a boost for maybe like a meeting or consultation call, I'll have like a little coffee. But I bought loads of decaf coffee pods, so it'll just be solely well, 90% of the time decaf for me now. I'm a bit of a Diet Coke fiend as well, so I bought like a crate of 24 caffeine-free Diet Cokes, so that's my way around that. No stim pre-workouts, I've just been having non-stims, which again, like initially is a bit of a struggle, but you get used to it, and then you feel like you don't need the stimulant pre-workout, sorry, for your workout. So yeah, caffeine detox went well, and I'm definitely going to not continue it on, but like I said, just use it when I absolutely need it. So all in all, productive week. Harder than I expected, both things, especially when it gets around to the weekend on the dopamine side of things, because you've got a lot of time to yourself. Like, I try to do less work at the weekends to, you know, give myself time to reset and refresh. So you're just kind of sitting around like, okay, what now? And you, most of the time you just watch TV, but I was kind of like second guessing it and thinking, oh, I shouldn't be really, but the rules say just no YouTube, so I can watch Netflix, and it's like, you're kind of defeating the object of it, aren't you? So like I said, I understood and got the benefits from it. I could have done it better, yes, but I felt like I got the benefits from it. The other people that did it in our group chat also said that they benefited from it, but also found it hard, especially the weekends when you've got more downtime, more time to yourself. But yeah, they all said that they, well, majority of them said that they managed to do it pretty well, kind of similar to me, watching bits and bobs here and there. But yeah, all in all, I really benefited from it, enjoyed it. I'll probably do it again at some point in the future. I might incorporate like one day here or there where I just try not to touch my phone or kind of go on social media at all. Just kind of distance yourself from that, just to come back to planet Earth, you know. So yeah, if you're planning on doing it, highly recommended, especially the caffeine. If you're a bit of a caffeine junkie like I was, definitely cut back on the caffeine, because it will improve your sleep, will improve your energy long term, and do things like reduce anxiety, that kind of thing. So definitely recommend. And yeah, I guess we'll leave it there, people. That's a bit, I don't know if this is going to be a good video once I put it all together, but if anybody's kind of interested in wanting to do something similar, message me and I will send you the video that I watched before doing it and some of the things that I did to help. So hope you enjoyed the video. Next week's video is going to be a day in the life, because I'm going to London on Saturday with the boys for my mate Tom's birthday. So it's going to be a bit of a piss up, first one in a while. So excuse me, so that could be entertaining. So I thought I'd try and record some bits for the day, put it all together, bit of a lifestyle one, so see how that turns out. Stay tuned for it. Any questions, as always, drop them in the comments below or DM me on Instagram, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.